Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Trypophobia makeup look. You will need scar wax. You can use either store-bought or homemade. I have a tutorial on how to make scar wax. The link will be down in the description below. Some foundation. You want to choose a color that blends the part of your body that you're applying the makeup on. I will be applying this makeup on the palm of my hand, and Ben Nye Capillary Stipple blends to my natural palm tone. Skin Illustrator alcohol paint palettes. You can also use cream paint as well. To activate the Skin Illustrator palettes, you can use 99 or 91% alcohol. Any liner brush or fine tip brush to color inside the tiny holes in this makeup. A sculpting tool. Baby powder or translucent powder to take away unwanted shine, and of course, fake blood. The first thing you want to do is take a piece of scar wax, like this, and you want to roll it into a ball. Now you're going to blend it down on your skin. You want to pack down the edges of the scar wax to make it pretty thin. You don't want to pat too far down in the middle of the scar wax. This is where the holes will be placed. You don't want the holes to be too hollow, so leave the majority of the scar wax in the middle. Next, take your sculpting tool and blend down the edges of the scar wax. You want the edges to be very thin and seamless. And just a side note, if you plan on wearing this makeup on your skin for a long period of time, I recommend applying skin adhesive like spirit gum so the wax will stay in place. And you can purchase spirit gum online or from your local Spirit Halloween or Party City. For this makeup, I want to have multiple areas of my hand to have holes. So I'm going to take more of my scar wax, and again, I'm going to roll it into a ball. And just like before, I want to press down the edges of the scar wax into my skin, leaving the middle of it pretty thick. I'm going to take my sculpting tool and blend down the edges. When you're blending scar wax, you can always adjust the size of the infected area for this makeup. You can add more scar wax to make the infected area bigger, or you can take some away to make the area smaller. It's totally up to you. You want to take your time blending. For the last area on my hand, I'm going to take a ball of scar wax and I'm going to press it down on my finger. Just like before, I'm going to take my sculpting tool and blend down the edges. Now that the scar wax is blended on my hand, I'm going to go in with some of my baby powder to take away some of the shine. You want to do this before coloring your scar wax. So you want to take some of the powder and lightly brush it over the scar wax, just like this. Now that I powdered the scar wax, I'm going to use the cream paint to blend the scar wax to match the color of my skin. You can use a sponge or any type of brush to blend the color to your skin. And when it comes to the palm of my hand from time to time, I like to use the tip of my finger to lightly blend the color onto the wax. Now that I added the color onto the wax, I'm going to apply more baby powder to get rid of the shine. Now that I applied the powder, I'm going to take the end of my sculpting tool and punch holes into the scar wax. I recommend doing this at a slow pace. You want the holes to be close together. If you are using homemade scar wax or store-bought and it's a bit sticky, you can always dip your sculpting tool into some powder or flour so the wax won't stick onto your tool. You want to push the end of the tool to the bottom of the wax and give it a little twist. Just like this. So now that I punched holes into the scar wax, I'm going to take my Skin Illustrator FX palette and I'm going to color inside of the holes prime yellow and green. The objective is to make the skin look infected. And just a reminder, to activate these palettes, you would need 99 or 91% alcohol. When applying color to the inside of the holes, you would want to use a fine tip brush or a liner brush. Now that I added some color inside of the holes, I'm going to take my Skin Illustrator starter palette and use the color Midnight Brown to redraw the lines on the palm of my hand. But first, I'm going to take my sculpting tool and lay out where my natural lines are. This will give the makeup a more realistic look. You can also look at your other hand to reference from when you're completing this step. Now you want to apply the color to the lines on your hand. Next, I'm going to apply fake blood inside of the holes. Now this part is completely optional. Now that I added fake blood, you can take some more of your scar wax, break off a tiny piece, and roll it into a worm. You can take this tiny piece and place it into the holes. This can illustrate a maggot-infested trypophobia makeup. And you don't have to place these bits of scar wax in every hole. It's good to spread them out. You want to have a clear view of the holes. And this is how I create my trypophobia makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.